We're back with a Fox News alert. Tensions rising in the Middle East. The IDF strikes Hezbollah targets in Lebanon overnight after detecting the terror group was preparing for an imminent attack on Israel. Senior fellow for the Foundation of Defense of Democracies, Behnam Ben Taleblu, joins us now. Behnam, thank you for being here. We're hearing reports of 100 IDF fighter jets, maybe 6,000 rockets preemptively struck, give or take, in Lebanon. Put that in context for us. How much capability does Lebanon have pointed at Israel these days?
Pete, great to be with you. The best way to let the audience know about what Iran's most important terrorist group, and in fact one of its oldest terrorist groups, has pointed at the neck of the Jewish state, is to say that the Lebanese Hezbollah group has more military capabilities than most conventional or standard European armies. They have a robust arsenal of aerial threats to include mortars, IRAMs, drones, rockets, ballistic missiles, as well as other PGMs and anti-tank guided missiles, all of which they're weaponized against the Jewish state since October 8th.
So if 6,000 rockets were taken out, that would be a fraction of Hezbollah's capabilities at this point, but significant. Does it look like a massive attack was averted here by Israel?
Yes, absolutely. Of the reported size of Hezbollah's arsenal, there's numbers that go as high as 150,000 to 200,000. So it depends on which estimate you want to use. But make no mistake, Hezbollah was not deterred. The fact that this group believed it would have been to its interest, and in fact, the patron of this group, the Islamic Republic of Iran, believed it was in its interest to try to fire this large volley against Israel, means that the larger deterrence architecture that the U.S. and Israel have brought into the region has not been enough to deter this group, which is why this important preemptive action brought to you by very critical and sharp Israeli intelligence was needed to be taken.
Yeah, I don't know how many Israelis are out of their homes in northern Israel, but I know it's a lot. I mean, miles and miles of territory in northern Israel are abandoned at this point because something like this was expected. You said deterrence hasn't worked. What would work? What would prevent Hezbollah from threatening the Jewish state?
The most important thing is to make sure that the ally of the Jewish state takes the shackles off of its partner and puts it on the source of the conflict, which is the Islamic Republic of Iran. Since October 8th, Iran has been able to benefit from any time it threatens an attack or any time tensions rise, America rushes into the region and puts the shackles on Israel rather than putting the shackles on Iran. Step number one is to undo these political shackles, make sure that leaders both in Jerusalem as well as in Beirut know that Washington stands with Israel and that we'll be able to support the targeting of real critical infrastructure that Lebanese Hezbollah uses to be able to produce, procure, and proliferate this robust arsenal that they have essentially like a knife against the neck of Israel. And more importantly, a better track record against Iran's proxies in the region. In Iraq, Syria, and Jordan, the U.S. has been hit 175 times and has only militarily responded 11 times. That is far too few.
Well, hopefully Israel has a clearer friend in the White House in the beginning of next year. That might change a lot of what's going on the ground. Sir, thank you very much. Behnam Ben Taleblu, thank you for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you.
You got it.